What happens when a usually calm, polite young star finally hits his limit on live television, with cameras rolling, audience watching, and no commercial break in sight? Make sure to subscribe to the Star Talks and like and comment for more talk show coverage. Whoopi leans forward with that familiar half-smile, half-referee look she gets when she senses energy in the room. All right, everybody, we're back. Our guest today needs no introduction. Actor, producer, global phenomenon Tom Holland is here. Applause swells. Tom steps slightly forward in his chair, waving shyly, that polite grin firmly in place. Thank you, thank you. That's very kind, he says, nodding to the audience. Joy jumps in quickly, barely letting the clapping die down. Tom, I just want to say I watched your latest film last night, and Sunny cuts in almost immediately. Before we even get to the film, Tom, I want to ask you something personal because Whoopi raises a hand. Hold on, let Joy finish. Laughter ripples through the crowd. Sunny smiles tightly, leaning back but clearly not done. Joy continues. I was struck by how much responsibility you've taken on so young. You've been famous since you were a teenager. Sunny leans forward again. And that's exactly why I think it's fair to ask. Whoopi exhales into the mic, Sunny. The audience laughs louder now, sensing the familiar view-style tug-of-war. Tom chuckles politely, eyes darting between the hosts, hands folded neatly in his lap. Joy finishes her thought, praising his work ethic. Tom thanks her genuinely. It means a lot, honestly. I've been very lucky. Sunny doesn't wait for the sentence to fully land. But luck isn't the whole story, Tom. You've had intense scrutiny. Fame, relationships, expectations. How much of that has affected your mental health? The room shifts. A few murmurs from the audience. Whoopi's eyebrows lift. Joy glances sideways at Sunny. Tom pauses. He takes a breath, still calm. Well, I've talked a bit about that before. I try to keep some things private, but Sunny interjects again, sharper this time. But you've also said publicly that the pressure can be overwhelming, so why not talk about it here? A couple of audience members clap, others stay quiet. Tom nods slowly, choosing words carefully. I think it's important, but I also think context matters. Whoopi leans in. And we respect that. You share what you're comfortable with. Tom gives her a grateful look. Exactly. I'm really grateful for the support I've had. Therapy, time off, good people around me. Joy smiles. That's healthy. Sunny tilts her head. But isn't there a contradiction when you step away from social media but still promote films that thrive on that attention? The tension thickens. Tom blinks, surprised. He answers evenly. I don't think so. Promoting work is part of my job. Protecting my mental health is part of being human. Applause breaks out. Sunny opens her mouth again. Whoopi cuts in. Audience agrees. Sunny presses on anyway. But you're also a role model. Don't you think disengaging sends the wrong message to young fans? A few gasps. Tom's smile fades just a notch. He shifts in his chair. I don't think stepping back to take care of yourself is a wrong message. More applause, louder this time. Joy nods vigorously. I agree. Sunny raises her hands slightly. I'm just saying there's a balance. Tom leans toward his mic, and I'm still figuring that out like anyone else my age. His tone is still polite but firmer now. Whoopi tries to lighten it. He's 20-something, not a guru. Laughter. Tom smiles briefly. Sunny smiles too, but it doesn't reach her eyes. Okay, but since we're being honest, Tom inhales. Joy looks at him, sensing something. You all right? He nods. Yeah. I just want to finish a thought if that's okay. Sunny gestures. Go ahead. Tom starts. I think sometimes interviews can turn into... Sunny interrupts mid-sentence. But that's the nature of this show. Tom stops talking. Silence. The audience quiets almost instantly. He looks at Sunny, then at Whoopi, then back to Sunny. I wasn't finished. It's not loud. It's not angry. But it's unmistakable. The audience murmurs. Whoopi's eyes widen slightly. Joy sits back, lips pressed together. Sunny responds quickly. I'm sorry, go ahead. Tom nods, but the rhythm is gone. What I was saying is, sometimes conversations move so fast that nuance gets lost. Sunny interjects again, softer but still overlapping. But nuance can also be avoidance. Tom exhales audibly. A few audience members gasp. He looks down, then back up. Can I please finish without being interrupted? The clapping is immediate and sustained. Whoopi raises both hands. All right, let him talk. Sunny sits back, arms crossed, nodding stiffly. Tom continues, voice steady but clearly strained. I'm happy to talk about difficult topics. I just want the space to explain myself fully. Joy says quietly, that's fair. Sunny shrugs. Okay. Tom explains his boundaries, how interviews sometimes blur lines, how being constantly cut off can feel dismissive. He's careful, respectful, but honest. The audience listens intently. When he finishes, there's a beat of silence, then applause. Sunny leans forward again. I hear you, but Whoopi cuts in sharply. No but. The audience laughs, but there's an edge to it. Sunny sighs. I'm just trying to ask questions viewers care about. Tom nods slowly. And I'm trying to answer them. The smiles are gone now. There's tension in every pause. Whoopi glances at the clock. We're going to take a quick break soon, but... Sunny interrupts. Before we do, Tom, one last thing. Tom looks at her, then at Whoopi. His jaw tightens slightly. The audience senses it. Someone whispers, oh. The cameras zoom a little closer. Tom speaks calmly, but there's steel underneath. I've been interrupted several times. I'm happy to keep talking after the break, but if this continues, I'm not sure this is a productive conversation. Gasps. Whoopi leans back, surprised. Joy's eyes widen. Sunny straightens. Are you saying? Tom holds up a hand, polite but firm. I'm saying I value respectful dialogue. The audience applauds again, louder, more divided now. Whoopi clears her throat. All right, we're going to step away for a moment. The tension hangs in the air as the music cues up, cameras still catching Tom's composed but clearly shaken expression, and Sunny's tight-lipped stare as the screen fades toward commercial. The music fades back in, and the audience applause is polite but uneven, like people aren't quite sure whether to clap hard or just acknowledge the return. Tom is already seated, posture straighter now, hands clasped more tightly than before. Sunny flips through her cards, jaw set. Joy takes a sip of water. Whoopi looks between them before facing the camera. We're back, Whoopi says carefully. Still here with Tom Holland. A ripple of applause follows, a little louder this time. Tom nods to the audience but doesn't smile as broadly as before. Thanks, he says. Whoopi continues, clearly choosing her words. Before the break, things got a little spirited. Light laughter. That happens here. But I want to make sure we're all on the same page. She turns slightly toward Tom. You good? Tom hesitates for half a second, then nods. Yeah, I'm okay. His voice is calm, but the tension hasn't fully left. Sunny leans in immediately. And I want to say, Tom, if you felt interrupted, that wasn't my intention. The audience murmurs. Tom looks at her, listening. Okay, he replies simply. Sunny continues. But this is a discussion show. We challenge ideas. Joy interjects, gently but firmly. We also let guests finish. Applause breaks out again. Sunny exhales through her nose. Of course. Whoopi nods. So let's reset. She smiles at Tom. You were talking about boundaries. Tom relaxes a fraction. Yeah, I think boundaries are important in any workplace, including this one. A few claps. Sunny opens her mouth. Whoopi shoots her a look. Sunny closes it, nodding. Tom continues. I grew up doing interviews. I've learned a lot, but I also think it's okay to say when something isn't working for you in the moment. The audience listens closely. Joy nods. That's healthy. Sunny shifts in her chair, arms uncrossing, then crossing again. Sunny leans forward, choosing a calmer tone. So let me ask this differently. Do you think celebrities sometimes use boundaries to avoid accountability? A low oh from the audience. Tom blinks, then answers slowly. I think anyone can misuse any concept. But I don't think that's what's happening when someone asks to speak without being interrupted. Applause. Sunny responds quickly. But interruption is part of debate. Tom tilts his head. Debate usually involves taking turns. Laughter and clapping. Whoopi smiles briefly, but doesn't jump in this time. Sunny presses on. So if someone disagrees with you, you want silence? Tom's tone firms. No. I want respect. The word hangs in the air. Joy says quietly, that's not too much to ask. Sunny looks at Joy, then back to Tom. Respect goes both ways. Tom nods. I agree. That's why I haven't raised my voice. The audience reacts audibly to that. A few claps turn into louder applause. Sunny's expression tightens. I'm not raising my voice either. Tom replies evenly. I didn't say you were. Whoopi lets out a low chuckle, trying to diffuse. All right. Whoopi turns to the camera. This is what live TV looks like, folks. Laughter. Then back to Tom. Let me ask you something simpler. Why do you keep doing interviews if they frustrate you this much? The question lands heavy. Tom considers it. Because I still believe conversation matters. And because most interviews aren't like this. A sharp intake of breath from the audience. Sunny raises her eyebrows. Like this how? Tom looks directly at her. Where I'm repeatedly cut off after asking to finish. Silence. Joy shifts uncomfortably. Whoopi's face hardens slightly. Sunny responds, defensive now. I cut off everyone. Some laughter. Tom nods. I've noticed. The audience laughs louder, some clapping. Sunny forces a smile. So you're singling me out? Tom shakes his head. I'm responding to what's happening. Whoopi steps in, voice firmer. Sunny, let him answer without commentary. Sunny sighs and leans back. Tom takes a breath. Look, I'm not here to fight. I came to talk about my work and things I care about. He pauses. But I won't pretend I'm comfortable when I'm not. Applause fills the studio. Sunny leans forward again despite herself. Discomfort is part of growth. Tom nods. So is listening. The audience erupts. Whoopi raises her hands. Okay. She laughs, but it's strained. I think the audience has thoughts. Joy smiles at Tom. You're handling this very maturely. Tom gives a small, grateful smile. Thank you. Sunny glances toward the audience, then back. I'm not attacking you, Tom. Tom replies softly. I know. But it feels combative. That word lands differently. The room quiets. Sunny sits still for a moment. This is a debate show, she repeats. Tom looks at Whoopi. Is it? Whoopi pauses, then answers honestly. It's a conversation show. Applause again. Sunny presses her lips together. So what happens when conversations get uncomfortable? Tom answers immediately. You slow down. A beat. You let people speak. The audience claps rhythmically now. Whoopi checks the clock again. We're running short. Sunny reacts instantly. So now I'm being blamed for time? Tom interjects calmly. No one said that. Sunny shakes her head. It feels like it. Tom exhales, shoulders dropping slightly. This is exactly what I mean. He looks genuinely tired now, not angry, just worn. The audience senses it. The noise dies down. I don't want to argue about arguing, he says. I want to talk like humans. Joy nods. That's fair. Sunny leans back, quieter now. Okay, so talk. Tom hesitates, then says, Right now, I don't feel like I'm being heard. Silence. Whoopi looks at Sunny. Sunny looks down at her cards. The audience waits. Sunny finally speaks, slower. Then I'll listen. Some applause, cautious but hopeful. Tom nods appreciatively. Thank you. Whoopi smiles. Progress. Light laughter. She gestures to Tom. You've got the floor. Tom starts to speak, but Sunny's hand lifts slightly as if by habit, then drops. Tom notices. He pauses, then continues, voice steady but guarded. I think interviews work best when there's trust. He explains how trust gets broken when interruptions pile up, how it can feel like a performance instead of a conversation. The audience listens closely, nodding, clapping softly at key moments. When he finishes, there's applause, sustained and supportive. Sunny nods slowly. I hear you. She looks at him. I still disagree with some of what you're saying. Tom nods back. That's okay. Sunny adds. But I don't want you to feel disrespected. Tom responds. I appreciate that. Whoopi lets out a relieved sigh. All right. We're going to take another quick break. She looks straight into the camera. When we come back, we'll see if we can land this plane. The audience laughs, but the tension hasn't fully lifted. As the music rises again, the camera catches Tom rubbing his hands together, Sunny staring straight ahead, and Joy glancing between them, clearly aware that whatever happens next could go either way. The applause coming back from the break is louder than before, but it's restless, like people clapping because they're bracing for something. Tom exhales as the music fades, rolling his shoulders subtly as if trying to shake off tension. Sunny sits upright, hands folded tightly on the desk. Joy leans slightly toward Whoopi, whispering something off mic. Whoopi faces the camera, expression serious now. We're back, Whoopi says. Still talking with Tom Holland. Applause. Tom nods again, polite, restrained. Whoopi turns to him. Before we go any further, I want to acknowledge something. Live TV gets messy, but nobody here is trying to disrespect you. Sunny nods once. Tom listens carefully. I appreciate that, he says. Sunny clears her throat. And I want to be clear too. My job is to push. Sometimes that means interrupting. A few murmurs from the audience. Tom looks at her. I understand pushing, he replies. I don't understand not stopping when someone asks you to. The audience reacts immediately, claps, a few cheers, a few uncomfortable laughs. Sunny's lips tighten. So where's the line, Tom? She asks. Because you're on a show known for strong personalities. Tom nods. I knew that coming in. He pauses. But strong personalities don't cancel out basic courtesy. Joy jumps in softly. I think what Tom's saying is about tone. Applause. Sunny glances at Joy, then back at Tom. Tone is subjective. Tom responds quickly. Interruption isn't. That lands hard. The audience goes quiet for a beat, then applauds loudly. Whoopi raises an eyebrow. Okay, Professor. She jokes lightly, trying to ease the mood. A few laughs break out. Tom smiles briefly, then grows serious again. Sunny leans forward. Let me ask you something honestly. Do you think being adored by fans makes it harder for you to hear criticism? A low oh from the crowd. Tom blinks, surprised by the pivot. No, he says slowly. I hear criticism all the time. I just don't think criticism requires cutting someone off mid-sentence. Sunny responds quickly. But sometimes people ramble. Laughter. Tom nods. Then let them finish rambling. More laughter and applause. Sunny shakes her head. That's not realistic in live television. Tom meets her gaze. Then maybe live television needs to slow down. The audience explodes into applause. Whoopi puts her hand to her forehead. Lord. Joy laughs nervously. Sunny leans back, crossing her arms again. So now the show is the problem? Tom exhales. I'm not attacking the show. I'm describing my experience. Whoopi jumps in, voice firmer now. Sunny, he's talking about his experience. Sunny replies, and I'm responding to it. Tom nods. And we're doing it again. That draws a wave of reaction. Some laughter, some clapping, some sharp gasps. Sunny's face hardens. Are you saying I'm deliberately disrespecting you? Tom pauses longer this time. The studio is silent. I'm saying I feel disrespected, he answers carefully. I'm not assigning intent. That answer seems to shift something. Joy nods slowly. That's fair. Whoopi nods too. Sunny looks down for a moment, then back up. Intent matters, she says. Tom responds quietly. Impact matters too. The audience applauds again, louder than before. Whoopi lets it run, then raises her hands. Okay. She looks at Tom. Let me ask you this. Right now, do you want to keep doing this interview? The question hits like a thud. A collective gasp ripples through the audience. Tom looks surprised, then thoughtful. He glances briefly at the audience, then back to Whoopi. I want a respectful conversation, he says. If that's possible, yes. Sunny reacts immediately. So you're threatening to walk? Tom's jaw tightens slightly. No, he says. I'm stating a condition. Joy interjects, voice calm. That's not unreasonable. Sunny scoffs softly. It is on this show. Tom looks at her. Then maybe this show and I aren't a good fit today. The audience audibly reacts, gasps, whispers, scattered applause. Whoopi's eyes widen. All right, let's slow this down. She turns to Sunny. Do you want to respond? Sunny nods, clearly irritated. I think this is performative, she says. You come on a debate show, then act offended by debate. Tom leans forward now, first time he's done so. This isn't debate, he says, voice firmer. This is interruption. The audience erupts again. Whoopi bangs the desk lightly. Okay, enough. Sunny raises her voice slightly. You don't get to redefine the show. Tom doesn't raise his. I get to define my boundaries. Silence. Heavy silence. Even the audience stops reacting, sensing something tipping. Whoopi looks at the producers off camera, then back. We're live, she reminds everyone. Sunny exhales sharply. I'm not apologizing for doing my job. Tom nods. I didn't ask you to. Sunny's eyes flash. Then what do you want? Tom answers immediately. To finish my sentences. Applause breaks out again, louder, more sustained, with some audience members standing slightly in their seats. Sunny looks around, clearly aware of the audience reaction. This audience is biased, she says. Booing starts. Whoopi raises her voice. Audience, let's keep it respectful. Tom watches it all, expression tired now, not triumphant. He speaks again, quieter. This is becoming exactly what I hoped to avoid. Joy turns to him. What do you mean? Tom swallows. A situation where the conversation stops being about ideas and starts being about power. That lands heavily. The audience murmurs. Sunny opens her mouth, then closes it. Whoopi looks genuinely concerned now. Tom, she says gently, are you okay? Tom nods, but it's slower this time. I will be, he says. But I don't think continuing like this is healthy for anyone. The studio goes still. Sunny looks stunned. Joy's mouth opens slightly. Whoopi blinks. So what are you saying? Whoopi asks carefully. Tom takes a breath. I think it might be best if I step away. Gasps erupt. Someone in the audience says, Oh my God. Applause breaks out almost immediately, mixed with shock. Sunny leans forward. You're ending the interview? Tom nods once. Yes. He keeps his tone calm. I didn't come here to argue about being allowed to speak. Whoopi raises both hands. Hold on, hold on. Tom looks at her. I respect this show, he says. But I need to respect myself too. The audience stands now, clapping loudly, some cheering, some clearly conflicted. Sunny shakes her head. This is dramatic. Tom looks at her one last time. This is necessary. He reaches down, unclipping his mic carefully. The sound is audible. The audience gasps again. Whoopi stands halfway from her chair. Tom. He stands as well, polite even now. Thank you for having me. He nods to Joy. Joy. He nods to Whoopi. Whoopi. He pauses, looks at Sunny. I wish you the best. Sunny doesn't respond, staring straight ahead. As Tom walks off, the applause is thunderous, mixed with shocked murmurs. Whoopi turns to the camera, visibly rattled. Well, she says slowly, that just happened. The camera lingers on Sunny's tense expression, Joy's stunned face, and the empty chair where Tom was sitting as the audience noise continues to swell, unsure whether they've just witnessed a boundary being set or a line being crossed. The camera doesn't cut away right away. The audience is still on its feet, clapping, some people cheering, others shaking their heads in disbelief. Whoopi slowly lowers herself back into her chair, exhaling hard into the mic. Joy looks stunned, eyes following the direction Tom exited. Sunny sits rigid, lips pressed together, staring straight ahead. Well, Whoopi says again, softer this time, that's not how we expected this to go. The applause tapers into scattered claps and murmurs. Someone in the audience calls out, Let him speak. Another voice answers, This is live TV. Whoopi raises a hand. All right. We hear you. Joy finally speaks carefully. I think emotions were high. And when emotions are high, things can escalate fast. A few nods in the audience. Sunny turns slightly toward Joy. I don't regret asking hard questions. A couple of claps mixed with boos. Whoopi looks directly at Sunny. Nobody said you shouldn't ask questions. Sunny responds, voice tight. It feels like that's exactly what just happened. Whoopi shakes her head. No. What happened is a guest decided he was done. She pauses. And that's his right. The audience murmurs again. Joy looks toward the empty chair. I wish he'd stayed. I think there was more understanding to be had. Sunny scoffs lightly. Or more performance. The reaction is immediate. Boos ripple through the crowd. Whoopi snaps her fingers once. Audience. Enough. She turns back to camera, professionalism kicking in. This is live television. Conversations don't always end neatly. She glances sideways at Sunny. And sometimes people walk away. Sunny meets her gaze. And sometimes that walkaway is strategic. Joy interjects gently. Or protective. Applause. Sunny exhales sharply, leaning back. Everyone keeps talking about protection. What about accountability? The audience reacts loudly again, divided now. Whoopi rubs her temples. We're not rehashing the whole thing. She looks into the camera. What you just saw was real. No script. No rehearsal. She pauses, choosing her words. And it clearly struck a nerve. The director's voice faintly bleeds through someone's earpiece. Whoopi nods. We've got about a minute. Joy takes the opening. I want to say this. Disagreement doesn't have to mean disrespect. But neither does setting a boundary. Applause swells again. Sunny looks down briefly, then back up. I stand by my questions. A few claps. I also stand by this show. Whoopi nods. As you should. She straightens. We've been doing this a long time. Guests come in knowing what this table is. She gestures to the empty seat. Sometimes they decide it's not for them. The audience quiets. Whoopi continues. What matters is how we talk about it after. She looks directly into the camera. And people will talk about this. Cut to later that day. The studio lights dim, the audience filters out, buzzing with conversation. Phones are already up. Someone says, that's going to be everywhere. Another replies, Sunny pushed too far. A third counters, he overreacted. Within minutes, clips start circulating online. Short videos of Tom saying, "Can I please finish without being interrupted?" rack up hundreds of thousands of views. The moment he unclips his mic becomes a looping GIF. Headlines pop up. Tom Holland walks off talk show after heated exchange. Live TV clash sparks debate over boundaries and debate culture. Backstage, producers huddle. One shakes their head. We lost control. Another replies, no, we captured reality. Sunny sits in her dressing room, scrolling through her phone, expression unreadable. Some comments support her, praising her for doing her job. Others accuse her of talking over guests and missing the point. Joy checks her messages too. She sighs, murmuring, this blew up fast. Whoopi stands nearby, arms crossed. It always does. Across town, Tom is in a car, phone buzzing nonstop. His publicist shows him the screen. People are backing you. A lot. Tom leans back, eyes closed for a moment. I didn't want this to be a thing, he says quietly. I just wanted to be heard. By evening, hashtags are trending. Hashtag let him finish. Hashtag live TV moment. Hashtag Sunny versus Tom. Commentators weigh in. Some say Tom was brave. Others call him thin-skinned. Talk radio dissects the exchange frame by frame. Body language experts go viral. Everyone has an opinion. The next morning, the show opens without mentioning names at first. Whoopi addresses it plainly. Yesterday was intense. We stand by open conversation. Sunny nods beside her, composed but guarded. And we stand by asking tough questions, she adds. Joy looks into the camera. And by listening, Tom doesn't post immediately. When he finally does, it's a short message. Grateful for the support. Conversations matter. Boundaries too. Nothing else. The clip keeps spreading anyway. And now the screen shifts back to you. Because moments like this don't really end when the cameras stop rolling. They spill into timelines, group chats, comment sections. They turn into debates about respect, power, and who controls the conversation. So now we want to hear from you. Do you think Tom was right to end the interview? Did Sunny push too far, or was she just doing her job? Where should the line be on live television? Share your opinion in the comments, and make sure to subscribe to the Star Talks for more real talk show stories.